Shu Yamyao sighed. Truly wild. I just feel bad for whoever was downstairs. Hope no one got hurt. Lian Hang hummed. Someone did. They say a man screamed like he was dying. They exchanged a knowing look, both clearly aware of more than they let on, yet acting like clueless bystanders. Ahem, Lian Hang said. Shu Lang, I'm hungry. Same, my treat. Where to? Liu Kiju, their braised green bean noodles loaded with sesame oil. Done. They headed straight there, coincidentally, the very inn where the floor had collapsed. Seated, Lian Hang ordered with ease. 2 bowls, tender beans, garlic for me, no scallions. Shu Lang? No garlic, add huguang chili sauce. As the noodles arrived, nearby chatter caught their attention. They say the 3rd floor collapsed mid-activity. A Jurin got injured. His hand. What terrible luck before the exams. Shu Yanmiao sighed. That's rough. I hope he recovers in time. Maybe I should get an imperial physician. Lian Hang smirked. You're too kind. After eating, they went to the restroom. Shu Yanmiao waited and waited. Almost done, came the voice inside twice. Finally, the door opened. Sorry, my hand's injured. The man froze. God of wealth? Gao Hei? Turns out he was the unlucky victim, yet he spoke with excitement. Oh, and no toilet paper inside. Want some, he offered, neatly cut in half. Back at the table, Gao He vividly described the chaos, how the old man tried to flee wrapped in sheets, leaving the woman behind. Gao had forced compensation and even lent her his unused pillowcase. Before he could finish, a man sat nearby, drinking heavily. Shu Yamyao stiffened. Oh no, Yang Mengyu. Didn't he mess with a sheep? Aren't there diseases from that? Parasites? Worms? Brain issues? Yang Mengyu choked mid-drink. Diseases. What if worms reproduce inside him? Spread everywhere. Yang Mengyu went pale, trembling. Skin rotting, brain swelling, dementia. Smack. He slapped himself in horror. Moments later, the Jinyue arrived. Lecturer Yang, His Majesty summons you. Dragged away, shaking. Later, the emperor refused to meet him directly. A eunuch delivered the message with a punch to the face. If you can't control yourself, I'll help you. How? The castration chamber. Yang Mengyu collapsed. Also, your position is gone. Back at the inn. If you ever meet someone like that, Shu Yanmiao said seriously, stay far away. Gao He blinked. People like that exist? The world is vast. Gao He nodded firmly. Then I'll just become an official. Stay above such chaos. Lian Hang patted his shoulder. Good luck. Shu Yamyao then shared exam advice, brush types, cheap ink, hand warmers, even ginseng. Gao He was deeply moved. Can you share this with other poor scholars? Of course. I'll compile everything into a booklet. They continued talking, until Gao mentioned more scholars, each stranger than the last. Then suddenly, ah! A man bumped into them. A bundle fell open, revealing blood-stained cloth. It's my wife's menstrual cloth, he explained calmly. Shu Yanmiao watched him leave, impressed. Not many men would do that. Gao He blinked. That's the justice minister's son. That night, the same man appeared at Shu Yanmiao's door with spicy chicken feet as an apology gift. Before things could get weirder, a scholar nearby got caught trying to bribe an examiner. Chaos, embarrassment, and broken statues followed. Shu Yanmiao simply stood there thinking, what kind of world is this? After completing the final steps of the capping ceremony, Shu Yanmiao could barely feel his legs. The weight of the 3 rounds of headwear still lingered on his neck, and his waist ached from hours of standing. Yet, despite the exhaustion, his heart was light, almost buzzing with excitement. Because now, he had a new toy. Let's test it again. Curled up under his blanket that night, Shu Yanmiao eagerly opened the upgraded system interface. Search, nearby gossip. A brief flicker, result. Someone is attempting to bribe you. Location, your doorstep. Time, imminent. Shu Yanmiao shot upright. Already? That fast? He scrambled out of bed, hastily throwing on his outer robe, his movements clumsy but full of anticipation. Forget dignity. This was his first predicted gossip event. Outside, snow blanketed the courtyard in silence. Knock, 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 right on time. Shu Yanmiao's eyes sparkled. This is amazing. He flung the door open so quickly that the person outside nearly stumbled forward in shock. A man in a bamboo hat froze mid-knock, clearly unprepared for such enthusiasm. Shu Yanmiao grabbed his sleeve to steady him. You're here. I mean, what do you need? The man blinked, suspicious and confused. Master Shu? Shu Yanmiao coughed lightly, instantly regaining composure. State your purpose. The man hesitated, then slowly lifted a carved wooden box. I am the magistrate of Shangyuan County. I humbly wish to seek your assistance regarding my future appointment. Shu Yanmiao leaned forward, peeking inside before he could even finish. A painting? The magistrate smiled mysteriously. 8 unparalleled beauties. Rare treasures. Huh? Shu Yanmiao stared. Why does that sound more suspicious the more he talks? Behind nearby walls, hidden figures nearly slipped from their positions, trying to hear better. The magistrate leaned closer, lowering his voice. And, if Master Shu is pleased, the real treasures can be arranged. Shu Yanmiao froze. His expression turned blank. This guy is bold. Meanwhile, unseen in the shadows, several officials collectively held their breath. Shu Yanmiao slowly closed the box. No need. The magistrate panicked. Master Shu, perhaps you haven't understood. I understood perfectly. Shu Yanmiao smiled politely, and I'm not interested. Before the man could react, the door shut firmly in his face. Silence. Snow continued to fall. Inside, Shu Yanmiao leaned against the door, sighing. That was disappointing. At least bring food next time. Outside, a group of high-ranking officials exchanged looks in the dark. The old emperor, crouched behind a wall, snorted softly. At least he has taste. Not far away, the crown prince covered his face. That's not the point, father. Meanwhile, Shu Yanmiao had already flopped back onto his bed, pulling the blanket over himself. Let's check something more interesting. The system flickered again. Search corruption. A long list appeared instantly. Shu Yanmiao's eyes widened. Oh ho, he scrolled. Ministry of Personnel. Quite lively, huh? Outside, several officials stiffened as if struck by lightning. One of them nearly whispered a prayer. Inside, Shu Yanmiao grinned. Tomorrow is going to be fun? The Minister of War's eyelids twitched violently. He took a deep breath, then another. Finally, he couldn't hold it in anymore. Master Shu, he said stiffly, voice low, perhaps you should not consider changing professions in the middle of supervising the imperial examination. Shu Yanmiao blinked. Changing professions? He repeated, genuinely puzzled. Then, he must have noticed my talent. Understandable. A person like me, excellent at exams, strong analytical ability, keen observation, perfect for high-end proxy services. The Minister of War, his fingers curled tightly into his sleeves, he suddenly felt that the real disaster in this exam hall might not be the cheaters. It might be the examiner. Meanwhile, the proxy examinee knelt on the ground, head lowered, looking oddly calm. You've already caught me, he said. There's no need for further questioning. Shu Yanmiao crouched down in front of him, resting his chin on his hand. He studied the man carefully. Steady breathing, no panic. This guy's mental strength is actually impressive. If he used this determination properly, he could have made a name for himself legitimately. He clicked his tongue softly. Such a waste, Shu Yanmiao said aloud. The man let out a faint chuckle. Is it? Shu Yanmiao tilted his head. Isn't it? The man raised his eyes slightly, gaze calm but sharp. Master Shu, he said, in this world, effort and reward are rarely proportional. The surrounding examiners froze. The Minister of War frowned. Shu Yanmiao didn't interrupt. So the man continued. I studied for over a decade, sat for the exams multiple times, failed again and again. No connections, no backing, no silver. Do you know what that means? Shu Yanmiao didn't answer, but his thoughts did. It means you get filtered out by the system. The man smiled faintly. It means no matter how hard you try, you'll always lose to someone with better luck. Silence fell. Even the wind outside the hall seemed to pause. Shu Yanmiao suddenly stood up. Take him away, he said. His tone returned to calm, almost indifferent. But he's not wrong. But he's also not right. The problem isn't that the system is unfair. It's that people like him chose the easiest shortcut once they realized it was. The guards dragged the man away. This time he didn't resist. Back in the Zhigong Tower, no one spoke for a long while. The Minister of War finally exhaled slowly. This imperial examination, he muttered, is truly revealing all kinds of monsters. Shu Yanmiao sat back down, picked up his now-cold tea, and took a sip. His face looked tired, but his thoughts were still as active as ever. Cheaters, proxy candidates, idiots who think Little Sister, I Miss You is classical literature, and geniuses stuck in the wrong place. He glanced down at the examination hall again, rows upon rows of candidates, heads lowered, brushes moving, some writing their future, some writing their downfall, some writing nothing at all. Shu Yanmiao rested his chin on his hand again. This system, it's broken. He paused. Then, good thing I'm here. The Minister of War, who had just relaxed a little. Why do I suddenly feel uneasy again? Down below, in the exam cubicles, Gao He stretched lazily after finishing another section, then glanced at his neatly written paper with satisfaction. Perfect, he muttered. Then he sniffed the air. Is that porridge burning? Next door, his cousin was still happily eating, completely unaware that his entire future had already been turned into a comedy for half the empire. And above them all, Shu Yanmiao leaned back in his chair, eyes half closed, like a lazy cat, or like something far more dangerous, watching everything, knowing everything, and let's see, who's next?